Thank you everyone for your patience. So good morning everyone. So we gather here today for an event that promises to be nothing short of remarkable. In this webinar, Just Login is proud to introduce two innovative modules that are set to revolutionize your HR operations. So without further ado, let's get started on this thrilling exploration of what's new and transformative. But first, a few housekeeping reminders. If you have any burning questions, please don't hesitate to type them into the Q&A box below. And today's webinar will be recorded for your convenience, and the recording will be sent to all registrants via email. Stick around until the end for a chance to provide us with valuable feedback through a brief survey, and there are exciting rewards in store for those who participate. Now, let's get down to business. I'm Awati Fazil, your moderator for today's Customer Success webinar series. Thank you all for joining us. We are thrilled to have such an enthusiastic group of Just Login customers with us today. Without any more anticipation, allow me to introduce our distinguished speaker, Kok Wei Lin, or as some of you fondly know him as Alin. Alin isn't just our dedicated and friendly customer success manager, he's your trusted companion on this thrilling journey through our HR solutions. So fasten your seatbelts because today we are unwrapping not one, not two, but three essential modules. The recruitment modules, onboarding, offboarding modules, and instant pay. Each of these modules holds the transformative key to revamping the way you handle your HR processes, and together we're about to unleash their incredible potentials. Now, without further ado, let's pass the torch to the maestro himself, Alin.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Siti. So before that, good afternoon, all. So as intro by Siti just now, my name's Wei Ling, but you can just call me Alin. So basically, I'm the Customer Success Manager from Just Login. So as of today, I will be sharing with all our Just Login upcoming two new modules, which are the onboarding and also the offboarding module. In short, we can just call it as on-offboarding modules. And the other one will be the recruitment module. So these two modules are basically under pilot test at this moment. And for today's webinar, I will be touching on those features that are included under these two mentioned modules. So besides, I will be sharing some of the new features which are already available under Just Login platform. First one will be the instant pay. And also the other one is what we call direct CPF submissions under the payroll module. So if let's say you have already subscribed to those related modules, you will be able to observe this new release, and some will be still under feature flag. And after the sections today, if those features are useful for your company in terms of managing your company employees and the HR daily tasks and operations wise, you can always reach out to our customer support team while multiple channels, such as through the live chat, call, and also email for the features activations, or we can have a further discussions on those features accordingly. So, all right, I will be starting with my sharing today. And the first module we will be focused on will be the onboarding and also offboarding module. So in short, we can just call it as on-offboarding module. Okay, so an onboarding and also offboarding modules refer to a set of processes and tools used by the organizations to efficiently manage the integrations for the onboarding site and also separations. This is what we refer to offboarding of the employees. So the main objective for these modules is to streamline and also automate various tasks and also the activities associated with bringing new employees into the organizations and ensuring a smooth exit process for the departing employees. So what you all can see from this slide right now, so in short, onboarding basically will begin once a job candidates agree to accept a job. So for onboarding, basically this one is focused on welcoming and integrating new employees into the organizations. It typically includes a series of steps designed to help the new hires quickly to adapt to their roles, responsibilities, and also the company culture. So for the offboarding side, this is definitely the opposite of onboarding. So for this part, basically it deals with the process of managing an employee departure from the organizations. So this includes activities aimed at ensuring a smooth transitions for both the departing employee and also the organizations itself. So for the next following slides, I will be sharing with you all some of the features and also how the features look like under this on-offboarding module. So for this part, I will start with the view under administrator and also for normal user once this on-offboarding modules activated under your just login account. So for admin, basically it's the same like how you all control on the rest of the modules because of like participant skills, right? You're already using our just login system. So for admin side, basically what you all can see is the dashboard. This is a generic one. And also the tasks, I will explain further on the details part and also for the configurations. So this is actually how you configure according to your company policy for those related modules. So for normal user, for those users that been assigned under onboarding, this is what we refer to new hires. And also for offboarding, this is what we refer to those resignees. So for those assigned user, right, if the task already assigned to them during the onboarding and also the offboarding process, definitely once they log in using their own access, they will be able to see the task being assigned under the onboarding or under the offboarding. Okay, so I will start with the sharing everything's related to the administrator part first. So this is related to the configurations. So basically under the configurations for this on-offboarding module, the important thing is you need to create the category and also the related tasks under each of the onboarding tasks and also the offboarding tasks. So under configurations, you will be able to see the category options. So under category, you will be able to see the onboarding and the other one will be the offboarding. So to create a new category, you will just need to click on the green button here, plus new category. All right, so it will bring you in to the next page. So this is what we call design and putting in all the information related to the specific tasks that you would like to create under the new category. So from here, you can see the category names, very straightforward. So this is how you design on those related informations. And also what are those descriptions falls under this selected and also the specific category. And for the related and also those further information, this is what we call assigning and also creating the tasks. So you can just click on the new tasks. So once you click on the new task, it will be pop up. And also those are the further information that you need to put in for those tasks that you would like to like created under the specific category. So like very straightforward, under the new tasks, you can just create on the task names, descriptions, and also assign to all employees or the selected employees. Okay, you can also set up based on the due date for those tasks that you've been created under this category. And also you are able to set the reminder. Is it this one is the reminder day before the due date or after or on the same day when you assign the tasks to the new joiner or to the resignees. And those things that you need to attach, like for example, the attachment parts or any relevant documents, you also can attach accordingly under the new task that you proceed to create under the category. So everything once that you already proceed, okay, to create everything under the new task, then you will just need to save the changes. So everything will be falls under the task under those created category. All right. So once the onboarding task is already being created, means that the category and also the new task being successfully created from your side, you will be able to see those tasks falls under the onboarding and also under the offboarding. So there's a further features that we will have it under the onboarding and also the offboarding, such as if let's say based on the category that you already created. Okay, so maybe it's the same task, maybe the description all will be the same, but maybe the name of the category will be different. Then you can just proceed to copy the category and rename on the name of the category accordingly. So which means that you no need to do double work. You can just duplicate the same details, just rename the another category accordingly. And for those information that you would like to edit based on those created category under the onboarding and also offboarding, you can always edit and also perform the changes accordingly. All right. So the next part I will be share with you all the view on the general dashboard. So for admin side, for the general dashboard, okay, you can see both different parts. Okay, so one side is on the onboarding, another side is on the offboarding. So whenever that you created your user with the join date, and for those resigning, once you already input in their decision dates, means that their last date served under the company itself, then based on the filter, you can just base on like filter from which date of the month until which date of the month. Those like, for example, those new joiners and also resigning will be reflected. So what you all will need to proceed is assign the task accordingly based on those category and also the task that you created under the configuration that I shared with you all earlier. So very straightforward. You can see based on my filter, based on my testing part, I apply the filter. One of the new joiner under Nicole, another one under Jassian, which I already input in the decision date, the last date that Jassian need to serve under my company. So you can see that their names already reflected. So my part will be assigned the task accordingly for those onboarding and also for the offboarding part. So once you click on assign tasks, it will pop up the details for you to input in the information accordingly. So you will just need to select those onboarding or offboarding category based on what you've been created under the configurations. So those tasks will be reflected accordingly. So once that you assigned, click update the onboarding, they will be able to see those like assigned tasks under their own. So for the task viewing part, for administrator, you will be able to see three main parts. First one will be the to-do list, company tasks, and also the historical data. So for to-do list is the one that you assign to those employee, okay, for the onboarding and also offboarding, what is the current status and so on. You can just check based on those tasks under the to-do list. And for the company tasks, it will be listed down. You can also check on those details accordingly, and those information like when that you assigned and also what's the date and also the due date accordingly, everything will be reflected. This is what we call task viewing part. So for historical data are those that already completed. So for those tasks that are already completed by the new joiners during onboarding and also those offboarding tasks, it will be flow to the historical data. This is something that you would like to refer to those historical informations. And for the normal user side, okay, just now we can see the differences once they log in, okay, because you already assigned the task to them accordingly. So they will be able to see the tasks under the onboarding and also offboarding. So their task view will be quite limited because they are not the admins. So they will be only able to see to-do lists for those tasks that have been assigned to them during the onboarding and also offboarding, and the historical data. So similar like what I showed earlier slide under the admin, it's just like the to-do list. This is a task that has been assigned for them to click the viewing part and complete the task. So once the task that been completed, they mark as a completed on those tasks, then it will flow to the historical data. So this is a part that once they click on the view task, so they will just need to check through everything, so what is the instructions, and they can just put in their comments. If let's say, for example, for new joiners, they already done fill out the forms, everything, so they put in the attachment already, then they can just put in there like, I already completed the onboarding tasks assigned under this part. So they can just mark as completed. So very straightforward. Once they mark as completed, everything, they also can view and refer back under the historical data. So in short, for conclusion part for this module under the onboarding and also offboarding module, this is basically can significantly enhance an organization's efficiency, improve the employee satisfactions, and also reduce the risk of errors during these critical transitions periods. It can also help to maintain a positive employer brand by departing the employees with a professionals and also respectful departure experience. So this is those features that will be covered under the on-off-boarding module. All right, so this is things that I referred earlier under the historical data for those that completed earlier. All right, so now I already completed for the first part under the on-off-boarding module. So we'll move on to the second module. This is also what we call as a new module, which is under testing stage. All right, so this is what we call recruitment. So for recruitment, basically, this is typically designed to manage various aspects of the recruitment process. This module streamlines and also automates the tasks related to hiring new employees, making the recruitment process more efficient and also organized. So for recruitment module, it consists of several components. For end-to-end hiring, they are accessible to different users, and it's a set of the tools designed to manage the recruiting process, starting from you posting the jobs, okay, from the company site, and then you let the candidates apply those open jobs. This is what I call job opening. And once that there's like what we call applications received and so on from the candidates, then how you all schedule for the interviews, and at the final part, tracking on the candidate progress. And there will also include the report features. So the report features also later on I will share under the following slides, how you trace on the number of days that required for the opening jobs or positions. So from there, then you can do the analysis, how many days basically will be spent for this job opening until your company hired a successful employees for these positions. Then from there, you can do the comparison really. Is it these positions is quite hard to complete everything, and which position is actually really straightforward? Then you can just schedule and manage on the strategies accordingly. All right, so for recruitment modules, once this module already activated under your account, also seem like on offboarding, okay? So you can see this module at your left-hand side. So when you click on the drop down, it will consist of dashboard, job openings, and also the candidates. So later on, also I will share with you all the list of the wheel and also the details falls under the dashboard, job openings, and also for the candidates. So for dashboard, okay, what you all can see from this slide, very straightforward. Dashboard is what we call overview. So you can see how many totals of candidates like submitting and also apply for the positions, and how many candidates under interview stage right now, and how many job openings that have been created from your company and published for the what we call user outside or the employee outside. Okay, and at the bottom side, you also can see based on the tasks. Okay, those tasks basically I will show under the following slide, but we will focus on later on. Okay, so at the other side, this is what we call reports. So later on also I will share with you the details, what will be included under the reports wheel. Okay, so just now we go through the dashboard and you can see under your tasks. So basically this is the details that it will listed down. Okay, what are those interviews that have been scheduled for today? And it will include the candidate names, what is the job that the candidates is actually applied for, what is the stage right now, so what is the further action. So this is the things that will be reflected when you click, and it will further down with the informations. So for the review to write, this is basically once you're already done with the interview sections, and for the interviewer to put in their comment. So is it this like for example, employee is this candidate is good to proceed? So this is what the like what we call interviewers put in their comment and proceed with the next follow-up. And we also have the new internal comment. So basically this is the things that, for example, if let's say during the hiring process, starting from when the candidates apply the what we call the job openings, and also you proceed with the interviews, if let's say for the admins, and also with the interviewer, with let's say you have an internal comments, like what we call internal chat. This is how maybe I can relate like how you all like reach out to our customer supports through the live chat. So we do have like something like the internal comments, everything. So you can just put in, and also you can view on the details accordingly. All right. So for the job opening under the recruitment modules, so right now I will share with you all the details how you create job openings and what are those details that you will be able to input in for every job openings under the recruitment modules. So under the job openings, to create a new job opening, you can just create this, click on this icon, create openings. Once you click on this button, it will bring you to the next floor. So this is information that you need to input in, okay, for different types of the job positions. So you can just put in what are those job titles. This is related to you're hiring for your company finance manager, or maybe finance executive, or everything, and which locations for these positions. Is it based in Malaysia or Singapore or the rest of the countries? And you can just input in the descriptions for those jobs that you created under these specific job openings. So the rest of the information, like how many numbers of the positions opening, related of the industry, skill sets required, what are those like numbers of the experience is needed for the candidates to apply for this job, salary related, and those related informations. So if let's say there's something like attachments you need to include in for the candidate's reference as well, you can also refer to the documents outlet. So once that you input in, you can just save as draft or click next for that next process. So for the next process, after you've done input in the informations, the next one will be the hiring stage. So this is the things that basically you need to print, like for example, which takes the first one, second one, and third ones accordingly. So like for example, for these job positions, the first one is through the phone call interview. Once done with the phone call interview, only online interview or face-to-face interview. So you can just add the new stage step by step based on your company policy for the new candidates hiring. So once you put it in accordingly, then at the end, definitely if let's say those like for example candidates like already been kind of been accepted for this position, right? At the end, definitely you need to generate the offer letter already. So this is by default will be putting in under the hiring stage. It's just like you need to plan what are those stages will be involved before your company generate the offer letter for the selected candidates. So once done, you can just proceed to click next or save as draft. All right. So for the last part, basically, this is the information that if let's say you require the applicants, means that the candidates to input in accordingly under the recruitment process. So like for this part, this is a format, and you can see there's two different part. The first part is what we call predefined question. So those are the informations that we input in, like you need them to input in their names, maybe their address, their email address, maybe it's a mandatory for them to input in their resume and so on, right? The cover letter. So these are the predefined questions. But if let's say, other than those questions that are listed here under the predefined questions, and there are some of the questions that you require the candidates to put it in for the interviewers and also the admin's reference, you can always customize the questions accordingly. So you can just create a questions. For example, maybe I give one example, why you left your previous company? I think this is actually one of the common questions will be asked if let's say someone is applying for a new job and want to move from one company to a new company. So you can just add in, you can customize the question accordingly. And when they receive the form, these are the informations they need to fill out accordingly. So once done, you can just save as draft, and also you can publish. So once you publish ready, so which means that this is open up for the candidate outside to apply for this job openings. All right. So this is what we call the samples here. So like, for example, this is job openings for the finance manager. So you can see those informations, all right? And at the right-hand side, based on the screening stage, this is the parts that basically, like for example, you arrange who is the interviewer to interview these candidates through the phone call, and then face-to-face everything, right? The interview part, everything's you can like edit and also update accordingly under the stages parts. All right. Another things that the features that we covered under the recruitment module, basically this is actually for interviewer part and also for the admin side. So easier for your side, like for example, if let's say there's a job openings, definitely if let's say there's candidates apply for the job, all right? So these are the things that you are able to view. There will be two versions. Either you go for the candidates part and then you can see overview for all the list of the candidates under different types of the job openings, or you can also based on the selected job positions. Like for example, what you all can see from this slide, this is specifically for this finance manager. What are those candidates apply for? So you can see on the candidates names, what the job openings that they are apply for, what are those status? Like for example, is it being accepted or been rejected? So this is status that you all will be able to see the status at the final stage, and also what are the current hiring stages right now. All right. So those date related, and also those like for example, action plan that you get, let's say you want to view on the resume, everything also will be easy and control under the page at this moment. Okay. So, and another thing that I would like to focus here is like, if let's say the rating here, what you all can see here, if let's say, for example, you want to like the interviewer part want to maybe make some remarks, like this candidate is like less preferred, or maybe you haven't rejected yet, and this one is the most preferred candidates, right? Basically, you can also control on the star rating. If this one is 1 star, this one is the 5 star. So this is actually for your reference, all right? Okay, so this is the things that I mentioned about the attachment. If let's say for those resume that been submitted by the candidates, if let's say you want to refer back, easy. Under the candidate list, you can just click on the attachment. Then you can just go through again. What is the informations based on the resume that been submitted by the candidates. And from here, if let's say you want to rating on the style, like for example, less preferred or most preferred, you also can control under the page as well. So this is the things that falls under the candidate list. Okay, so at the final part for this recruitment module, it will be more on the reporting. So for reporting, there will be two types of the reports available under the recruitment modules. The first one will be the candidate funnel reports, and the second one will be the stage movement. So for the candidate funnel report, so what you all can see from this slide, based on the job openings, specific, if let's say you want to check based on each of the job openings, like this one, maybe we take as an example, this is related to the finance manager, okay, hiring for the Malaysia country. So what are those data, like for example, the information like how many total candidates apply for these positions, which numbers move on to the next stage and so on. So you can just check based on the graph part and also those figure part at the bottom. So you can see how many candidates and also how much the interview been scheduled. Is it there's a numbers of the, like, for example, candidates been on hold after the interview or everything's all right. So everything's like will be concluded under the candidates funnel report. And for the stage movement, this will be compiled for all the jobs opening. So what you all can see from this part, like based on different types of the job openings for like maybe for finance manager for Malaysia teams, for HR executive. So from this part, it will also calculate like from the hiring stage until that you accepted these candidates for these positions, right? How many days that will be included? Like for example, maybe it take like up to 14 days, maybe 2 weeks time to complete the whole process. So from that part, basically you can finalize ready. Like you can do the analysis. Oh, maybe this finance manager position is a bit hard to get the right candidates, okay, fulfill all the requirements for these positions. And maybe there's positions that quite fast that you can hire the right candidates. So everything's that you can go through the stage movement, all right? And also how many days based on stages level, these are the data that you are able to include and also refer to for your reporting purpose. So basically, these are the features that I touch and also like will be included under the recruitment modules. So for the earlier part, basically I'm touch on the onboarding and also for the recruitment modules. So if let's say after the sections today, you would like to join our pilot test to test around this onboarding and offboarding and also this recruitment module, you are welcome to reach out to us, and then we will arrange with the next follow-up from our side, and we will activate under your existing Just Login account, and we'll guide you through for the whole process. So if let's say those are the features that continuously will be like improve on your hiring process and also for the onboarding for the new hires and also for those assist staff, then you can just depends on these two modules according under our Just Login modules. All right. So I already completed for those upcoming new modules that will be released soon for this onboarding and also for recruit modules. So the next part I will be running through and also move to for today will be the features that we already have under our Just Login system. So for the first part, I will touch on the instant pay. So just for your information, maybe you're already aware, we already have these features available under Just Login system. And if let's say once they already like fill out the informations and also proceed with the activations, these features will be available under your payroll module. And this is currently applied for Singapore accounts. So in short, currently for instant pay, this is something like what we call electronic funds transfer service that enables the customers of the participating banks to transfer the Singapore dollars funds from one bank to another one in Singapore almost instantly. So for the activation, basically, you will just need to fill out those necessary documents. All right, you just file in accordingly, and the activation will be done by the Just Login site. So what is actually instant pay? So based on my brief sharing just now, right? So in short, in conclusions, instant pay basically will be allowed the companies to pay the employees immediately through the FAST. So FAST, fast and secure transfer, and it's a transfer network within the Singapore. So once the instant pay features been activated under your account, so you can see under the payroll modules, you will be able to see the instant pay icon and features beside the bank files. So I will share with you this like what we call images, how fast and also what's the process flow involved the instant pay. So basically for the whole process, right, it can be completed within a few seconds. So just to recall back, if let's say you want to right now, based on your payroll module, you want to pay your staff right now on the monthly salary. So once you're already done with the monthly pay run, so the monthly pay run process will be still the same, how you proceed for this, like for example, how's the payroll admin side proceed and also run through everything, the process will be still the same. The part make your side easier will be how you pay the staff easily. All right. So once that you're already done and approved on this, like for example, pay run part, so you can just like, for example, send out the payment instructions or API to Liquid Pay. So the Liquid Pay will transfer the instructions to your register bank account. Okay, this is related to your bank. So your bank will be transferred the amount to the Liquid Pay. And the Liquid Pay will in charge to transfer the salary to each of your employees accordingly. So this part basically will help you to skip those processes already. Like for example, right now, once you're done with the parent process, you need to generate the bank files. And you also need to go to your bank account, you upload the bank files, and also there's also time consuming for those release of the payment, the salary part to each of the employees. So with this instant pay, everything done within few seconds. Subject to you're already done with your payment process and also been approved. So you can see the whole flow, how fast it is under the instant pay features. So for instant pay, same part, the payroll admin will run the pay run. Okay. Then once you confirm the payroll amount in Just Login and also approves the payments in the Just Login while SIMPAS process, then for the next process, the salary disbursement, it will be immediately within seconds of the approval. So this is actually how it works for the instant pay. So this part basically also will be the same. So if let's say your company interested to activate this instant pay under your account, you can reach out to our customer support teams, and we will have our customer success team to reach out to you, share with you those details. And the most important thing is, what are those bank account for your company that you are using right now, and also for those list of the like for example bank like company names, right? Sorry, the bank names that will be involved for those salary disbursement to all your employees. So those are the information also will be shared further based on the further discussions. All right. So for next part, which is the final features that I will be sharing to you all today, it will be on the direct CPF submissions. So for your informations, the Government Technology Agency has recently launched a project in collaboration with the CPF to provide a more convenient and also safer way for the employers to submit and also pay the CPF contributions. API Exchange, or we can just call it as APEX, APEX, is a centralized data sharing platform within the government. So this involves the use of the secure APIs, which can manage who can access the data and how this is shared. So Just Again has collaborated to use these APIs in order to securely transfer the CPF data to the CPF bot after the necessary authentications and also the authorization is completed from your side under the Just Login system. All right. So the submission process follow the same steps as the normal CPF file generations, with the additions of some new sections, which I will be sharing you all in the following slides, and also showing the capability for the direct submissions under the CPF related. Okay, so with this direct CPF submissions, so those are the information that you need to input in. You will be able to see the relevant information that you need to input before you can proceed further. So such as the payment mode and also the deduction date. So for payment mode, basically there will be two options. First one will be the direct debit, so through gyro. So I think you all will be familiar with gyro already. So this is the contributions amount deducted from the company bank on the deduction date selected. And the second one will be M, under MAPS, MEPS. So this is a MAS, Mass Electronic Payment System. And for the deduction date, so you can set when you prefer the deduction to be executed on. But please take note that if the submissions is before 5:15 p.m. of the day, which is under the cutoff time, the deduction date must be 2 working days later. Otherwise, set it to 3 working days. All right. Okay, so next part. Okay, just a moment. Okay, so once that you're completed with the informations, okay, then basically you can just run through those data, okay, log in, okay, using the same pass. Then you will just need to authenticate the whole process. Once logged in, select the corresponding UEN you are submitting for. So once done, an APEX permission page will be appear. Okay, then you just need to click yes button to provide the consent for the direct submissions. So once done, basically it will auto show you the submission part is successfully proceed from your side already. So you can just close that, and then you can proceed with the direct CPF submission. Longer, no need to like generate the CPF file and also log into the portal and also do the upload and also proceed with the previous process. You can just straight away everything done on the direct submission part, subject to you already run through the details that I shared earlier. So once done, then it will be completed. Okay, all right. So I think that's all for the details that I shared earlier. So I will pass over the floor to Siti for the next process. Thank you so much all.
Thank you so much, Arlene, for the enlightening presentation. Now it's time for the much-awaited Q&A session. Please feel free to submit your question using the Q&A box and Alin will do his best to address them. So let's make this session interactive and engaging. Back to you, Alin.
All right, Ken. So let me go through those. Yes, there's a few of the question that been listed down. Okay, first one. Oh, Mr. Alin. Okay, you can just call me Alin. No worry. Okay, is it possible to give us the slide at the end of the sections? Definitely yes. Don't worry. After our webinar today, okay, you will receive recorded versions for the whole sections, okay? And also maybe I will liaise together with the marketing side for the slide related one, right? We will attach together and also will send to all the attendants for today. And if let's say, for example, you would like to explore further, okay? Like maybe those features related or those upcoming new modules, like I'm touching on those on offboarding and also recruit modules, you would like to join the pilot test, later on there will be a survey, okay? And then you just fill out the survey form and we will reach out to you accordingly, and also we activate under your account for you all to test these new modules under your account. And also we will also guide you through the whole process, starting from configure everything and also until the end of the process. So the one will be in charge by the customer success team. So we'll reach out to you accordingly. Okay, so yes, so we are done for the first one. Okay, so second question, is the recruitment module linked to My Careers Futures and linking? Yes, linking, correct. We managed to like link accordingly. So this one is the things that you'll be direct in what we call integration part. You can link direct to linking site. But for My Career Future, that one I will need to check further. And also because this is still under pilot test module, it's a new module. So we will include, if let's say this one, the My Career Future is not yet included, then we will include for the next possibility, means that for the future enhancement part. But this one basically, don't worry, I will check further for this platform and also I'll keep you posted accordingly. Okay, so next question, can email also been sent out to the candidates to invite them for the interview or rejections? Okay, so right now, basically this part, it will be still under platform versions. So the email part basically is still not yet available. So yeah, that one, everything will be on the platform side. So for the tracking purpose, everything, they will still need to log in and also refer the details accordingly. Okay, all right. But don't worry, because the email side for those like these two modules that I mentioned on the onboarding and also recruitment, this is the things that we also working on for the next coming of the enhancement as well. So that one, do not worry. Okay, and we will raise this up to our product team for the next enhancement. Okay, so next one. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Willing, for the sharing. Very useful. Thank you so much. Okay. But if let's say you have any further questions, do not worry. Just direct reach out to our customer support team. And if let's say you need any further, like for example, like demo, okay, then the customer support team definitely will reach out to our customer success team. We will schedule the slot based on your available slot. Then we can go through the full details again. And also we'll guide you through on the configuration and also on the setup parts. Okay, next one. When will the onboarding module and also recruitment module launch? Okay, this one basically it will be launched by next month. Okay, so because our internal part, like because we do have the HR team, we already done with all those like phases of the testing. Okay, so the official launch, it will be by next month. So stay tuned. So if let's say any official updates, okay, for our upcoming new modules, not just the offboarding and also the recruitment module, we also do have more and more new modules will be coming in, okay, under Just Login platform, include those features. So when you log into your Just Login portal, right, please take notes. Anything that the new release related, you can see there's a linglong icon or what you call bell icon, but I always call it as linglong icon. So every information will be posted there. So you can refer those information accordingly, all right? Then you can keep track on those data from time to time. And if let's say anything that I think you all also already go through for a few many months already, because already started. If let's say there's a new features that release under each of the modules, right? When you go to each module, you will see there's a pop-up. All right. So those are also what we call informations that share to those admins for your information, like this feature is out right now. If let's say you want to test these new features, it's already available under your account. So don't just ignore. Maybe it takes some time, just go through those informations. And if let's say there's a what we call step-by-step how to, like, for example, run through the configuration, everything, right? Usually every data will be reflected, or even the links accordingly. So you can just refer the information accordingly. All right. Okay. Next one, let me check. Okay. There's a next question. Will there be any additional cost to add in the on-offboarding and also the instant pay features? Okay, so for modules related, yes, that one will be what we call under the package, under the modules part, what we call the package or plan side. So for cost related, basically once that you already tested and also this is good to proceed to like for a long run for your company, then we will discuss on the what we call the package pricing for these new modules. And for instant pay, so right now for instant pay, it will include the cost for those what we call salary payment that pay to each of your employee. This is the cost that will be included. But for the cost, all right, that will be transferred from your like the bank account to the instant pay, everything. This is what we call per parent basis. That one will be excluded. The cost will be only based on the payment, the salary payment to each of the employee, and the rates will be different based on each of the modules, means that the package that you're all on under the Just Login system. So if let's say you would like to explore more like what are those costs related for activate on this instant pay, activations basically is very straightforward. Once they fill out all those like necessary information and documents for the submission part, we will activate those features. So these features basically will be falls under your package part. But for the cost part, we will discuss further, because we also need to check based on your company, what are those package that you're on right now and what is the rate based on this package. So feel free to reach out to customer support and we will arrange on the next discussions, and also we'll check on your current package that your company on right now and what is the rates that included under the instant pay. Okay, next one. When does the Apex process start? Okay, so this one basically already started. So that one, I believe when you log into your Just Login account, you'll be able to see the direct CPS submission ready. But if let's say you have any further question during the process, feel free to reach out to customer support and we will assist you accordingly from our side. Okay, next one. My colleague is from Indonesia. She is asking when is Just Login going there. Okay. This part basically, if let's say for Indonesia part, because Just Login also we do have our staff based in Indonesia. All right, so we do use, and also we do have a customer base in Indonesia also using Just Login system. So like for example, like you would like to use the leave modules, attendance, everything, right? Yes, you can just reach out to our customer support. Same part, we also will reach out to you and need to understand first on your company policy, because everything's the configuration will be depends on your company policy part, and we'll configure accordingly. And let's say there's a possibility there, okay, to activate the use of the Just Login platform under in your staff based in Indonesia, then we will advise you further. So don't worry, feel free to reach out to us, okay? Then we will assist you according from our side. Okay. So next part, I think that is a repeated question. So I might skip the instant pay charges and also the cost per module basis. Okay, that one I already answer accordingly. Let me check. Okay, next one. Is there an appraiser module? Okay, right now, we don't have any in-house appraisal module yet under Just Login system, but we do cooperate with third-party platforms. And also this is actually what I call performance management systems. And this is things that basically you can also reach out to us. We can schedule on the demo, okay, how's the appraisal module works and also how's the integration works, and we will be like see whether this is something that meet your company requirements and also for the according to your company policy part. So that one basically, yes, feel free to reach out to us. It's not in-house, but this is actually under third-party platform, but you can reach out to us accordingly for the appraisal modules. Okay. Let me check on the others module. Another questions. Okay. So I will take one more questions from the list here. Okay. Does the instant pay works for outside of Singapore? Basically for instant pay right now, this is actually works in Singapore. So it haven't opened yet to the rest of the country. So this one will be in Singapore yet. It's in Singapore first. So that one for activations part, for the whole process, everything will be under Singapore side. So if let's say in the future enhancement, we already open up to the rest of country like Malaysia and also the rest of country, definitely stay tuned. Definitely we will be sending out the information to all our existing customers. Then yeah, feel free and also activate under your accounts, and also you will be able to try for the rest of the country. But so far right now, it will be in Singapore at this moment. Okay. All right, Ken. Oh, okay. That one, I think there's one is, oh, if let's say you have company in Bangkok, Thailand, yes, I also do have the customer with the employees based in Thailand, also using just login system. So that one also depends on which module that you are interested in to activate under the just login platform for your staff in Thailand. Then we will assist you accordingly. But first, we also need to understand on your company policy accordingly, like those related, like maybe I will take one example for leave. We need to understand first, is it the public holidays is follow based on those public holiday released by the government side? Then, and also what's the leave types accordingly. These are the things that we also will cross-check with you all accordingly. And then before we advise you further on those further informations. Okay, all right. So yeah, I think that's all for the questions for today. For the rest of questions, don't worry, because if let's say there's any further questions, we will be reply to you all separately and answer based on your listed questions, and also for your information on the correct, what we call the information needed. Okay, so I think that's all for the Q&A from my side. So next part, I will pass over to City for the next process. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ali. So wow, we can see a lot of questions coming in. So I can see all of you are very excited for our new modules. So don't worry if there are some questions that has not been answered. We will reach out to you personally. Our customer success will reach out to you personally to get back to your questions. So if you do have any further question, you can also reach out to our customer success. These are the details. You can email, you can phone us, or you can also go to our support page, and we also have a live chat. So you can contact us through our support page, and you can also scan this QR code, which will lead you to our support page, and you can find more details about our modules and features. So let's give a round of applause to our fantastic speaker once again, Alin, for sharing his expertise and keeping us entertained throughout this webinar. But before we bid farewell, there's a little surprise waiting for you. After this webinar, a survey will pop up in your browser. Your feedback is invaluable as it guides our journey to better serve you. And as a token of our appreciation, we are offering a free coffee to all survey participants. Plus, here's an extra incentive. Don't forget to fill out the survey, and you may also get a chance to earn up to $200. So if you want to find out how, just click on our survey and take some time and fill it up, and you'll know how it goes. So I really appreciate your time to come to our webinar today, and I hope that we'll be seeing each other again during our next webinar. So stay tuned. Make sure you follow all our social media accounts on Facebook and LinkedIn. And you can also visit us at www.justlogin.com to find out more about our features. So signing off for the Just Login webinar series today, I'm Awatif. Until next time, stay safe, stay engaged, and we can't wait to see you again in our next webinar. Thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you. Bye.